we're built differently. Does everyone want to do a, go ahead, just turn around slowly? Yeah. We're built differently. Yeah, built differently. That's not how they fit me.
Okay, so our outfits are dressed like somebody not on the team. Yeah.
Our GM?
Our GM, Elise Lisle. So today she has no idea what's about to happen. She's actually in the room. She saw our outfits. You think she knew? This is what she would wear. Yeah, so we're gonna do a tour of the office, give an in behind the scenes look, and then I won't stop talking, so you should say something.
Let's move on.
So we're gonna do a behind the scenes office, and then we're going to surprise Elise and do a question Q&A with her.
Can you say it one more time? I think the viewers must escape.
So anyway, it's been a long day. So yeah, let's go.
Like I said before, let's move on. Thank you. Hi, we found some collector's item in the office. This is going on sale. It'll be on Twitter. All the proceeds go to Aaron McLeod. This one right here.
Bidding starts at 99 cents.
Thank you for that, Ella.
As you can see, we have a gadget. Pretty much what we're going to do is this is going to be catching all of her reaction, and then
Those are her normal suspenders, but we just got a camera in
it
for
just
the
makes
day.
my outfit that much better.
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to go in front, or actually go in front? If you don't,
We did actually talk about this before.
okay. Oh wait, look. Another $1.
This one we're giving away at the next game. We're giving it
$1.99 this one is.
Ella will pay you.
$1.99.
Moving on.
Wait, if you go in front, there's something here.
Oh my god. There's so many of them. We can't get rid of them.
Wait, there's one more. Hello, Elise. So,
Oh, Elise! Oh, fancy meeting you here.
this is our GM,
General Manager.
and we've decided, surprise, that our outfits, could you tell us who we're dressed like?
I have no idea. You don't know?
Do you have nice glasses? You know,
Oh.
switch.
Thanks. Can I borrow yours?
What about your shorts? What kind of shorts?
Are
do
they
you have?
long or
Long
short? Would you say?
Here, let's
Oh
just
my
rotate.
goodness, you guys have the
Like-
same shorts on.
Here, you can take these ones. Oh, these are real.
Those are real. Cute.
So we've decided that we want to do Q&A with you, just so the whole fans can see behind the scenes. You guys check out the beautiful, here, can you see it from my chest?
Oh,
The
wow.
painting.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Was that a gift, Elise?
It was, I feel like these
There's
are,
a player on the team that actually gifted that to me.
Well, that is
Maybe the
beautiful.
fans could name that player from a
Oh.
previous episode.
That's
Yeah.
right. And like the many photos we talked about, this is also being given away.
that actually is perfect. Can you get put it back?
How are you giving it away?
I feel like I'm,
Just kidding.
I feel like these are really strong. I don't feel like I'm pretty dizzy. Okay. So could you come out with us and do a little Q&A? We have some special facts on you. Very special facts. It's like a goalkeeper. Kind of weird.
I'm sorry. Neither here nor
There,
there.
cut that.
Okay, are we ready? Let's keep going.
We have two guests today. One just got to the dentist.
Oh, isn't he adorable?
Yeah, thank God his breath doesn't smell like dead rotten
Anyway.
animals.
That's nice.
So Lisa's back, and I was telling them it's a personal story for me, just because, for example, how I painted the office blue. Like we were here at the beginning of the beginnings.
The very beginning. Ella did paint this. You should focus on really solid areas.
Yes, there's like 6 coats. So we're gonna do some question and answers for you. Do you have anything prepared?
Yes, first off, how long have you been the GM or like organizing and getting behind this restaurant team?
So I came back last year, actually, when we played semi-pro for a year. So lovely. This is now my second year with Ella as the general manager, but we've been together much longer. This goes back to the Kies days, yes, when Ella was drafted. So we go way back.
Yeah, 4 years now.
It seemed like a lot.
Okay, take that as a positive. We've noticed that there's a lot of Ella posters in here. Now, would you say that's because There's actually one.
Why would that be?
Could you pass me that one that's right behind you? That's where there's another one. This could be $2.99.
$2.99. That's $2.99, not being confused for $299. Moving on. So Elise, obviously you deal with all of the players. We would like to know a few things about, what you think of the players. Thank you for that, Ella. First of all, who would you say is the most awkward? Moving on. So Elise, obviously you deal with all of the players. We would like to know a few things about, what you think of the players. Thank you for that, Ella. First of all, who would you say is the most awkward player on the team? If you Thank you.
That is not
what I'm saying.
So she's been here for every filming, so she knows to feed off air. Yeah, growl. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, if you had to say who, this question's been asked. No. If you had to say who the prettiest player was, especially in a polo, who would you say?
I think today you're probably tied though. I mean, just looking at both of you. And what you have on today and like sort of longer shorts.
Aaron wears that on a daily basis.
That's not true. I like to switch today.
Okay, there. Let's see how this is going to go today. Go ahead.
Yes, so also we were wondering perhaps if you thought there was a diva on the team, and if so, who was it? I knew it.
Okay, there it is.
It started early.
Canadians. Not true, Canadians? Yeah. Say so. I mean, I love the car, but. Now, we heard this story about when you're younger, and there would be a certain thing that you would do to get your parents' attention. Can you please explain that to everyone? Because it's a bit.
So I think it would be best if I explain one particular story instead of just doing it as an overview, although this happened many times. I was at a department store and there was a big bird raincoat that I particularly wanted and my mother wasn't cooperating. So I held my breath until I passed out.
Awesome.
I'm starting to sweat.
I had to be put underwater to be revived. This was something that I utilized for many years as a child.
That's awesome.
Really quite handy. So my brother and sister couldn't be mean to me because they knew what would happen. If they did anything bad or if I didn't get something I wanted, I would simply pass out.
Okay, what's your favorite part about being a GM for this Chicago Listeners?
Probably this show.
No.
When do I get to be on?
Okay, we'll see how this one goes. You have a pet. Could you explain your pet and what you have to do to take care of this pet?
So I have a small cat.
Maxwell. Twice the size of Max.
Slightly larger than Maxwell. They're actually
Twice
friends
the
now.
size.
They live in the same building. They get along quite well.
He's drugged up right now. Still a little bit drugged up from the dentist. He's starting a little more perky.
Simon, I rescued from a shelter. He's diabetic, so he gets 2 shots per day, which I guess is not normal for animals. But he's just a little bit bigger than Max, and he lives in our building, so the girls are great friends with him.
I see that you're wearing what shirt is that? What is that on your shirt?
This was an accident. I was giving flowers to my mother because it was her birthday. And
That was an accident?
I got pollinated by the flowers. So my real work shirt, which looks
Usually a polo.
like this, actually.
Does it?
Have you
Yeah.
guys twice or 3 times about putting on polo before we actually did?
It looked like that, but it got pollinated, so I just switched it to a non-work shirt.
Okay. Anything you want to end it with? Like a good joke or? I have a couple. You want?
No.
Okay.
How about a song? What's your favorite song?
My favorite song, Right.
That's right.
It's,
I'm like, you have 10 seconds.
6 a.m. by Fifth Cemetery.
Sing it for us. Could you come in like
Wow, that was
You guys, this is gonna be your highest.
that's a wrap. You got it. End on a high note.
Yeah,
There it is.
literally.
Literally a high note.
So, for the question for the game, for the tickets, Aaron does not know this, but yesterday we went to Beyonce, and for the question for the fans, I would like you to sing a song, your top song from last night, because we heard Two Other Girls Mentee, and whoever can guess the song that she sings first, you can hum it, but I think you can sing it.
No, humming is better.
Okay, lyrics. Do you want me to take a beatbox in the back? Or?
No, you can't do that.
I used to do it really good. It's just
Ready?
go.
Really?
It's totally. I'm just standing here.
If people can get that, you get a free ticket. And Ella will do a beatbox for you after the game. Personal. Wow, that is. You can't top that. Can you? There it is.
tarde transmitiendo desde la Universidad Benedictine en el estudio de Lisle, Illinois. Chicago Red Stars recibe a Washington Spirit. Ambas escuadras marchan con iguales números, 4-4-2. Y pues bueno, le saluda a Jorge Trujillo, acompañado nuevamente de Gloria Castañeda. Gloria, una tarde maravillosa para jugar al fútbol.
Hola Jorge, sí, una tarde bellísima para ver el fútbol y creo que nos esperamos un partido muy emocionante.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The National Women's Soccer League and the Chicago Red Stars proudly welcome you to Benedictine University for tonight's NWSL matchup between the Washington Spirit and your Chicago Red Stars. Fans, are you ready to run with the Red Stars? Red Stars fans, get on your feet, raise your scarves and flags and show your colors. It's time to welcome your Chicago Red Stars.
De ambos equipos y Gloria, por lo tanto vamos a mencionar cómo saldrán los equipos esta tarde. Por el Washington Spirit en la portería número 1. Ashley Harris, en la número 3, Kika Tulu.
Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Candice Chapman.
The National Women's Soccer League proudly welcomes you to the Village of Lisle, Benedictine University Sports Complex, home of the Benedictine University Eagles and summer home of the Red Stars for tonight's match. Featuring the Washington Spirit and your Chicago Red Stars.
Y Diana Maxson con el número 8 jugando frente del equipo Washington Spirit.
Así es, Jorge, y por parte de las Red Stars, que como mencionaba salen con un 4-4-2. En la portería tenemos a Erin McLeod, con el número 11 Rachel Paul, con el número 18 Jackie Santa Catarina, con el número 22 Sonja Cruz, con el número 23 Michelle Buenino, con el número 12 Leslie Osborne, con el número 19 Lilian Smith, con el número 17 Lori Faulkner, con el número 16 Adriana León, con el número 9 Maribel Domínguez y con el número 21 Unca Green.
mismo ambiente, con mucho respeto.
The officials for today's match are referee Margaret Donka, assistant referees Shannon Popelstein and Alaf Alatafe, and fourth official Miguel Penduro Jr. And now the starting lineup for today's opponent, the Washington Spirit.
En este momento están presentando a las jugadoras, algo que nosotros ya hicimos, pero en el centro, en el ombligo de la cancha, pues siendo el juez en esta tarde, en este difícil partido para
The captain, number 6, Lori Lindsay.
Margaret Domka, y los
In
asistentes
goal,
número
number 1, Ashlyn Harris.
y asistente número 2,
Number 3,
Galaz
Kika
Natalie,
Toulouse.
y el cuarto oficial,
Number 5, Candice Chapman.
y bueno, Miguel, que ya está
Number 19, Tony Presley.
que ha dirigido
Number 23, Tori Huster.
de este nivel y
Number 13, Julia
talento
Roberts.
local.
Number 20, Holly King.
Están desarrollando bastante
Number 16, Connie Pollard.
oficial.
Number 22,
Y pues
Stephanie
bueno, queremos
Oaks.
recordarle a la audiencia
And number
a
8,
través de
Diana Matheson.
enemigo vía
The
internet.
head coach of the Washington Spirit is Mark Parsons.
Cuando Chicago Red Stars, nosotros mismos ya dábamos por perdido el encuentro y faltando 2 minutos.
And now let's meet the starting lineup for your Chicago Red Stars. The captain, number 17, Lori Kolupny. In goal, number 1, Erin McLeod. Number 11, Rachel Kwan.
Entonces el partido de hoy se convierte en algo
Number
importantísimo.
18,
Si ganan, pueden pasar al quinto lugar. Mientras que su similar de los Washington Spirit ya está matemáticamente eliminado por estar abajo de la tabla, pero viene jugando muy bien, estos últimos partidos vienen empatando a muy buenos equipos.
Así es, y bueno, solo cabe resaltar que Turningham Hemming salió lesionada y eso le puso pues todavía más emoción al partido porque terminan jugando con solo 10 jugadoras. Y aún así pudieron empatar el partido, un golazo de Ella Mazar. Impresionante lo que hizo Ella Mazar para ceder también en el tercer gol del empate con Lori Kolupny. Y ni qué decir de ese bombazo que soltó Maribel Domínguez, con el cual le dijo a la liga, aquí estoy presente. Pero bueno, en estos momentos, con todo respeto, vamos a escuchar el himno de esta gran nación.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps and face the flag near the scoreboard for our national anthem as we honor the men and women at home and abroad who fight for our freedoms and keep us safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, while I figure out how to work this soundboard, let's be loud and proud for your Chicago Red Stars.
Pues bien, todo listo para que dé inicio el partido, Gloria. Ya el saludo de protocolo de ambas escuadras. Casi 90 grados la temperatura, no hay humedad, algo seco, se siente caliente como siempre la superficie artificial, el turf, el pasto artificial, hace que se sientan, pues no dicen que hasta 10 grados más de temperatura ahí en el campo de juego, pero esto no ha mermado el rendimiento del equipo. Y bueno, comentábamos que salía lesionada Trani Hemmings en el último partido, ahora está supliendo su lugar a Santa Catarina, es muy querida aquí por la afición. Pues vamos a ver, yo creo que el equipo completo nuevamente con la delantera a todo lo que da con Maribel, con Inca Greens, con Adriana León. Y pues bueno, una delantera por demás internacional, ¿no? Una alemana, la canadiense y por supuesto la mexicana.
Efectivamente, Jorge, como mencionabas, ya después de ir al doctor y que le hicieron toda la revisión, se puede saber de concreto que Hemmings sale con su ligamento anterior cruzado, tiene una ruptura del ligamento anterior cruzado y de su ligamento lateral en la rodilla izquierda, y es por eso que Rory Dames decide, como tú dices, ir con Jackie Santa Caterina. Y sí, muy bien, es local, es de aquí, del área de Chicago, y es por eso que la afición le muestra tanto afecto. Y como dices, en la delantera, Rory Dames otra vez decide ir con ese trío conformado por Adriana León, Maribel Domínguez e Inca Greens, y otra vez deja a Ella Mazar, y creo que de nuevo vamos a ver ese cambio al final del partido, porque es muy efectiva Ella Mazar cuando entra de cambio. Entonces yo creo que es por eso que ha decidido empezar con Maribel Domínguez en los últimos partidos y meter a Ella Mazar ya para darle esa rapidez al partido cuando lo requiere.
Pues sí, efectivamente, le ha funcionado últimamente. Y pues a quién podremos culpar de que sentaron a Ella Mazar porque era titular indiscutible. Y bueno, yo pienso que podría ser Maribel porque ella había estado teniendo pocos minutos al inicio del torneo, había entrado de cambios, pero pues bueno, ya suponemos que con ese golazo que mandó a la media esquinita la semana pasada, pues trae los bríos a todo lo que da. Y pues a ellos son los retos que ella misma se pone, ¿no? Vamos a ver cómo les va en esta tarde. Se viene el equipo de Washington Spirit vestidas totalmente con su uniforme de visitante blanco, un blanco muy, muy elegante. Y como siempre, pues las chicas de casa, las Chicago Red Stars, con su jersey azul, los shorts blancos, calcetas azules también. Y bueno, arrancó el partido, pero pues parece que ya empezaron los problemas, no les gustó el balón, detienen las acciones rápidamente, cambio de balón, cambio de pelota. Lori Lindsay dijo, ¿saben qué? Esto no sirve. Algo le sintieron a la pelota, no sé si falta de presión de aire, y bueno, ahí pues la falta de atención, ¿no? ¿A quién le podemos culpar de esa falta de atención? Al cuarto, yo creo que al cuarto árbitro, que es quien suple o entrega el balón ahí a nuestro amigo Miguel Panduro. Vamos a tener que hablar al término del partido con él. Y bueno, rápidamente las estrellitas rojas por medio de Fus tratando de cambiar el frente del ataque. Recupera rápidamente el equipo de Washington, tratando de avanzar con Holly King. Pero Adriana León haciendo de las suyas, estorbando en la salida, recupera nuevamente por aquel sector de la izquierda Lori Lindsay. No, era Connie Potters quien trataba de llegar sola hasta el fondo, pero como siempre Michelle Winino muy atenta en la marca. Y bueno, ahora será saque lateral para el equipo de Chicago. Es Michelle Winino quien viene a poner en movimiento la pelota hacia adelante con Lori. Hacia adelante, le cometieron la falta, viene a cobrar Fus. El balón hasta McLeod, tratando pues de acomodarse. Nuevo saque lateral. Pues como ver las formaciones, Gloria. Muy temprano en el partido, apenas minuto y medio de acción. Pero como siempre se compacta la media cancha. Se compacta la media cancha. También, como siempre, pues vemos que inicia Juan por el lado izquierdo. Por el lado derecho está Winino. Pero hemos visto cuando inician los partidos que a los pocos minutos cambian de frente ambas jugadores. Cuando aquí Inca Greens trataba de ganar un rebote. Recupera Maribel, se da la media vuelta. Perdió el control de la pelota. Y es Lori Calumny quien desde atrás viene barriendo para enviar el balón hacia afuera de la tribuna. Nuevo saque lateral para el equipo de Washington. Sirve Tiffany McCarthy. Se pelea duro ahí el balón, pero Leslie Osborne muy atenta. Inca sirve con Maribel. Maribel que no puede controlar. Nuevamente hacia adelante, pero Winino muy atenta, despeja de cabeza. Recupera más atrás Holly King. Se equivoca, ayer es Lori Calumny quien sirve rápido con Inca. Recupera Adriana León. Corriendo bien el carril de la derecha. Pero férrea la marca de Kika Toulouse. Ya le robaron la pelota y ahora hacia el otro lado, pero como siempre muy atenta Michelle Winino.
Sí, Jorge, me mencionabas las formaciones y vemos que los dos equipos salen con un 4-4-2 y cuando este sucede normalmente es muy peleada la media cancha porque ambas escuadras tienen los mismos números. Y vemos que siempre Rory Dames decide salir con su típico 4-4-2. Entonces vamos a ver un medio campo muy peleado y esperemos que también veamos acción en el último tercio de ambas escuadras.
Pues sí, como siempre depende mucho del talento de cada jugadora. Ahora es Maribel quien sirve de primera para Inca Greens, quien deja escurrir la pelota. Llega Lori Calumny, viene el servicio, un poco pasado Maribel tratando de recibir, pero se adelanta muy bien Tiffany McCarthy. Saque lateral, pone en servicio Kwong. Recibe Osborne de nuevo con Kwong. Viene el servicio al centro del área, trataba de recibir Calumny. Ahora es Julian Sich quien va por la pelota, justo al banderín del córner. Servicio raso, sin fuerza, sin problemas para Ashlyn Harris. Pero bueno, ya es el primer aviso de parte de las de Chicago, de las locales. Bien, estorbando Maribel la salida del equipo visitante. Recupera Kwong. En la triangulación le alarga mucho el balón a Maribel Domínguez. Saque lateral para el equipo de Washington Spirit. Y nuevamente Tiffany McCarthy con el servicio. Calumny estorbando la salida. Fus jugando rápido. Fus con Julián. Ahora el despeje de McLeod. Y de nuevo tratando de ir hacia adelante. Inca teniendo un poco de problemas controlando el balón. Ya lo perdió. Recupera McCarthy. Lo perdió, lo tiene Maribel. Manda por carril izquierdo a Kwong. Trata de ingresar un servicio, bueno, no se entendió con Adriana León. Servicio totalmente desviado que abandona el terreno de juego. Será saque de meta para el equipo del Washington Spirit.
Jorge, y como vimos en la última jugada de peligro de las Red Stars, eso es efectivamente lo que buscan hacer, lo que Rory Dames busca con ese trío enfrente, que se comuniquen, que jueguen entre sí, que hagan esa triangulación y que se busquen sumar las de atrás, las de medio campo e inclusive las laterales. Entonces, si Chicago quiere ganar y quiere ponerse enfrente al marcador, eso es exactamente lo que deben de hacer y como tú dijiste, ahí está el primer aviso. bueno, y la controla por atrás el Washington Spirit. Viene saliendo.
Bien, y rápidamente ahí, pues poniendo bien presión, hace lo propio Maribel, estorbando la salida, recupera a Julián, juega por sector del centro con Adriana León, controlando el bote de la pelota y tratando de ingresar ella sola, ahora recuperando rápidamente Inca Greens, pero Adriana León cometió la falta y ya la marcó el árbitro central o la referee central, ¿verdad? Del encuentro debemos decir, Margaret Domka, quien está dirigiendo las acciones con su uniforme amarillo. Ahora servicio largo que encontraba o trataba de encontrar Connie Pollers con el número 16, pero bien atrás la saga de Chicago, y digo bien porque las hemos visto jugar de manera compacta los últimos partidos aquí en casa. Y ahora es Maribel quien trata de jugar rápidamente, le manda bien el servicio, la vigila a McCarthy, se equivoca en el despeje, llegaba Lori y de media volea, así con primera intención, un pues tiro desviado al poste derecho de Harris. Ocho minutos y medio de este primer tiempo, ahora roba bien el balón, Adriana León dispara raso y muy atenta Ashlyn Harris quien le roba la oportunidad. Le dio demasiado fuerte a Adriana León y se pierde la oportunidad del primer gol, el gol de la quiniela para el equipo de Chicago Red Stars. Falla la primera oportunidad Adriana León y ahora es Maribel Domínguez quien controla bien y de primera intención dispara con la izquierda, balón desviado por encima del travesaño de Harris. Y bueno, en menos de medio minuto, dos avisos importantes en la portería de Harris, tocando la puerta seriamente Chicago Red Stars.
Y también cabe destacar que podemos ver un duelo de arqueros aquí, Jorge. Tenemos a Ashlyn Harris, que juega para el equipo de los Estados Unidos. No empieza, sabemos que Hope solo es la titular indiscutible, pero siempre ha estado ahí constantemente. Y por parte del equipo de Canadá tenemos a Erin McLeod. Va a ser importantísimo ver cómo ya hace saber que ahí está Ashlyn Harris. Sabemos que es muy bien y muy fuerte ahí atrás.
Así es, pues mucho talento en la liga. Es lo que la ha hecho fuerte esta temporada, de que pues existen varias jugadoras de la selección de México, asimismo de la selección de Canadá, y por supuesto pues las medallistas olímpicas de Estados Unidos, las campeonas mundiales también aquí están, y pues otras jugadoras como las alemanas y de otras nacionalidades que pues están aquí compitiendo fuerte, haciendo grande esta nueva aventura del fútbol profesional femenil en los Estados Unidos. Por lo tanto, un nuevo saque de meta para el equipo visitante Washington Spirit. Harris al despeje. Y como bien lo apuntaste, Gloria, pues apretada la media cancha esperando el servicio de Harris. Y bueno, ahí de taquito servía muy bien King, pero el balón ya salió desviado, es saque de banda para el equipo visitante. Viene a poner el movimiento McCarthy. Tratando de jugar con Stephanie Oakes. Recupera a Santa Catarina, quien retrocede hasta McLeod. Le pone el hielo para que se reordenen adelante. Cuánta técnica de Kwon para recibir y bajar el balón. Y es lo que nos gusta ver, que las mujeres saben jugar fútbol y lo hacen muy bien. Ahora es Calumni quien juega muy bien haciéndole el sombrerito a Maribel. Pica el autopase con un ligero frentazo, pero se adelanta muy bien la central. Se le adelanta muy bien y es tiro de esquina para el equipo de Chicago. Nuevamente Maribel tocando la puerta. Cinco jugadoras dentro del área. Viene el servicio directo. Buscando desde atrás, se levantaba por todo lo alto Santa Caterina, pero se fue de frente, le pasó ligeramente por encima el balón. Nuevos.
One of the best parts of her game, her aerial threat. She was looking to get herself onto the end of that. Forward. Try to flick in the path of Matheson. Santa Catarina's back. Will be a Washington throw-in, though. Dominguez tried to punch it past McCarty, just couldn't keep it in play. McCarty looks for options. Julian Sitch is there to win it. Huster banked it off herself. Not out of play, though. Dominguez punches it forward for Kolupny, just couldn't get there in front of Presley. King, Lindsay, wide for Toulouse. Polars, back heel. Leon, working on Toulouse, will win the throw-in for Chicago. Leon took a knock on the head there on that last challenge. They play on. Dominguez pushes it to the center. Easily cleared. Kwan. Santa Catarina all the way back to McLeod, who will restart with Santa Catarina. Kolupny. The ball was looking long for Leon. No avail. Roberts touches it forward. Oakes to Matheson. The Canadian national looks for the long ball into the path of Lindsay, but it runs all the way through. Red Stars typically like to restart the offensive attack through their center backs, pushing wide. Spirit leaving Oakes up there to force the ball to go through. Jackie Santa Catarina instead of Sonia Foos. The Red Stars typically like to have start them out of the back instead of just playing that searching long ball. That ball ends up in the feet of Toulouse, who goes all the way back to Harris. Huster restarts the other end for Washington. Long ball between two center backs is in the feet of Santa Catarina, who carries across midfield. Matheson gives chase. Keeps it in, right on the line. Then dribbled it right out of bounds there, trying to keep it on the far side. It will be a Chicago throw. 16th minute. Good touch in the path of Dominguez. Sitch had Inca Grings for a moment. Thought she did. Just couldn't get it all the way through. Here's Steph Oakes. Has runners. One's Polars. She elects to try to play her. Winino touched that wide. Polars on it, though. Back centrally. Polars again. Tried to find Oakes. That clear from Kwan went right to Lori Lindsay. Wide for Matheson. Matheson punches it across. Over the head of Polars. Be out for a Red Stars goal kick. Yet again, another example of a giveaway by Chicago's back line. Didn't cost him there. Really going to have to be tentative to that going forward in these last critical games as we move towards the middle of August and the end of the season. Matheson cannot give goals away cheaply here. Trying to get themselves back in the playoff hunt. Winino. Out of play. Polar's back for Lindsay. Matheson, great touch. And Polar's easily shoved off of it, though. Dominguez. Leon tried the quick touch, taken away by Toulouse. She has some pace. Tucks it inside. Oaks had it caught up underneath of her for a second. Finds it, works against Winino. Winino touched it out of play for a Washington throw on the far side. As it stands, Red Stars 5 points out of that last playoff spot. Of course, that does include a game they have in hand over Western New York. A Red Stars win and a Western New York loss this weekend could thicken the plot even more. Play on as Kolupny was bumped down. Adriana Leon runs forward. Leon. No runner there. Inca Green's a few steps behind Huster, who had it all the way. McCarty did well to keep it in on the near side. Oaks. King. Polars. Toulouse dumps it forward. Polars again. Shoved there by Kolupny. And she'll get the call. So free kick for Chicago or for Washington, about 50 yards from Chicago's net. Julia Roberts stands over this one. Chicago holds the line at the top of their 18. Roberts. Into the area. Headed away by Jackie Santa Catarina. And finally cleared by Leon. Kolupny forces it off the feet of Lindsay. Matheson tripped up by Kwan. And that will be another free kick. This one 10 yards closer for the Spirit. This time it's Lori Lindsay standing over it. She shaves off a few yards from where the foul occurred. In good professional manner, 35 yards away, swings this one towards McLeod, who gratefully catches it. Restarts it quickly with Kwan. Ample space on the near side. Alexa makes the play safely back to Santa Catarina, back to Kwan. So 21st minute here, still no score. Oh, another bad giveaway and a quick shot by Greens, who could have taken that all the way in. She was by herself with both center backs out of the middle of the field. And that is the second time there's been a terrible giveaway at the back, ending up at the foot of a Red Stars forward player. First for Leon, a big save by Ashlyn Harris in the first 10 minutes of this game. Inca Greens all day there, elected for the quick shot with Harris off her line. Boy, yet again, the Red Stars cannot take advantage. It's another foul there on the Red Stars. Starting to pile up on them a little bit. Presley. King. Oaks had it punched away and now lost. Roberts looked for McCarty. Can she get to this one? No, she cannot. Got a touch to it, but couldn't keep it in play. Quan will come over for the throw for Chicago. Dominguez. Kolupny. Santa Catarina. Kolupny touches for Quan. Looked for the run back from Kolupny. Good ball. Kolupny just wrong-footed there. Here's Steph Oaks now. Running at Sonia Foose. Foose sells out with the slide tackle. Got the ball, though. It'll be a Spirit throw-in. Headed clear, not totally clear. Little half volley chance inside Pollers! Save! Right at McLeod. Worked well by Washington there. In the end, it was well done by McLeod to not give up the rebound. Still 0-0. Dominguez again. Can't get past McCarty. Quan. Forward. Huster. Back to Harris. Long again. Lindsay. Lindsay again. Ooh, Lindsay takes a hard hit from behind on Dominguez. Sitch was also in there on the challenge. Looked like Dominguez came in with a shoulder through the back there that caused it, although Sitch got the warning from the head referee. Chicago certainly the more physical side here in this first quarter of an hour. Kolupny tries to find the ball through to Grings, but it was a little too heavy. After the early flurry of activity for the Red Stars, really not a lot here in the last 10 minutes or so. It's a good win there by Sitch, though, in the midfield. Osborne. Santa Catarina gives this away to Lori Lindsay. Into the path of Steph Oaks. Past Santa Catarina. Back to Lori Lindsay, who's in the box here. Quan giving chase, and Quan gets there first. Will be a corner kick. 26th minute of play. Spirit with a corner kick on the near sideline. Presley forward among others. Huster now coming in. So too Roberts. Has Lindsay set to send this in. Drives it across deep back post. Just wide. Red Stars goal kick.
Health-filled, safe places for children to play. Teach them how to live healthy lifestyles and provide mentors that are invested in successful development.
Kolupny couldn't keep that one in. Another throw for the Washington Spirit. Sonia Foose. Roberts wins that header for King. Santa Catarina punches it deep. Kolupny. Long ball in the path of Dominguez. Can she get there first? Nope. Harris is there. Picks it up easily. Red Stars looking for that long ball over the top. That possession through the midfield not as prevalent as it was in the first 10 to 15 minutes of this match. McCarty just lost that out of play. Thought she got it touched. Didn't look like it from here. Kwan will take the throw. Almost over the head of Huster. Still gets to Dominguez. Try to cut it back past McCarty. Didn't happen. Still a Chicago throw. The now Canadian national, Rachel Kwan. Looks to throw into the corner. But it's going to be Inka Grings guilty of... is it Lori Kolupny guilty of knocking down McCarty there on the near sideline? Chicago certainly the more physical of the two sides of this first 30 minutes. Been whistled for their fair share of fouls, and deservingly so. Trying to play a high-pressure game. For the most part, it's worked. Just a few cracks in the defense, a couple of bad giveaways leading to some spirit chances. They'll be happy with a little more offensive threat. Can Kwan deliver that here? Kwan sets up, sends one in, easily dealt with by Huster. Matheson controls and plays a great ball in the path of Lindsay. She looked forward for Oaks, couldn't find her. Osborne now for Chicago. Puts Foose in a tough spot, almost given away. And then Santa Catarina does give it away. Lori Lindsay looks for options. Goes for Polars. She tried to slide one back to Oaks, who was running the wrong direction. And that will get Rory Dames off his bench as he's seen the defense give it away yet again. That long ball off the foot of McLeod. Ricochets off the head of Dominguez and all the way back to Ashlyn Harris, who will restart with Presley on the far sideline. Toulouse. Space for her. Tucks it inside. Good steal there. Running on forward now is Julian Sitch. Sitch lays it off in the path of Lori Kolupny! Saved by Harris. Not totally out of danger yet as Kolupny reaches in, but Harris covers that one. So those two come together. Kolupny apologizing to Harris. Looks like she got a cleat in there. Harris, of course, a player that's no stranger to injuries herself. But it looks like she's going to be all right. Looks like a left hand injury there. So another good chance by Chicago here, half an hour in. Kolupny getting free. Good steal by Julian Sitch, which sparked the attack there. Sitch made the right pass into the path of Lori Kolupny. Huster pounds this forward. Foose. Oh, Inka Greens. Good idea to try to flick that forward. Here's Matheson on the near side, marked by Kwan. McCarty just plays this deep. Another good steal, this time by Dominguez. Greens had Dominguez on the overlapping run, chose not to play her, now goes for Leon. Leon has another overlapping run, it's Michelle Winino. Winino swings this in over the top. Still lacking that crispness in the final third is Chicago, especially when it comes to their crossing from their outside backs. Still looking for that breakthrough in this 0-0 game. Chicago in desperate need of points, whether it be 1 or 3. Certainly they feel that this is one they need to get all 3 from. Very much in striking distance of the top 4 teams in this league, which would have been hard to believe just over 4 weeks ago, but here we are. Final 7 games for Chicago. Some great chances to get themselves in the playoffs. It'll take just a little bit more, both offensive and defensively, though, from this group. They know that. Been trying to put the pieces together all season. Just the feel that they might be starting to get it right. That's played out for a corner kick for Washington. Chicago will feel a little unfortunate that they had to play Portland so much at the beginning of the season, now have to play Seattle so much at the end of the season. Seattle, of course, making a run of their own. Even more difficult to believe run, although they have looked extremely potent in their last few matches. It'll be interesting to see how those two play over the next few weeks as the Red Stars and Seattle meet a couple of times. Corner kick swung into the 6-yard box, headed down, but it goes right to McLeod. Rather fortunately, I would say. As that ball headed right into the ground and then popped up into McLeod's arms. Take a look at the replay there. Great ball. Looked like it headed down right into McLeod, rather fortunately. Adriana Leon sparks the attack for Chicago the other direction. Leon shielded off by Toulouse, gives her a shoulder of her own, and that goes out of play for a goal kick. Good defending there by Toulouse.
Soccer camps are underway. They're Chicagoland's only all-female staff soccer camps featuring appearances by Red Stars players. Camps are available on half-day or full-day options for girls ages 5 to 16. Get more information about Red Stars summer camp, go to the sales table on the main console.
Harris to Huster. McCarty, Lindsay, Steph Oakes across midfield. Just missing the outstretched foot of Polars, who's able to chase it down. Lindsay didn't get a touch on it. Instead, it rolls through to Dominguez. Spirit have numbers back, though. Dominguez forced to go wide. And plays it back to Harris. And McCarty couldn't control it. Seen a number of giveaways on both sides back lines here. This gives it to Chicago in an attacking part of the field. The throw from Grings picks out Sitch. Dummy from Leon. Wide for Winino. Can she get this cross right? Winino across. Finally cleared. Only as far as Leslie Osborne. She fancies herself a strike, but was never on target.
Hey fans, want to know how you can get all the latest info on everything Chicago Red Stars? Sign up for the Red Stars e-newsletter today.
Here's Huster across midfield. Takes the space that's given to her. Now marked by Sitch. Huster still going forward. Couldn't find Matheson. Gives it away. Kolupny now on it. Kolupny tried to go around McCarty. Just difficult to control on this artificial surface sometimes. Gives it away for McCarty and Spirit throw in just across midfield. Rory Dames telling Jackie to move forward now. Jackie being pulled in two directions as McLeod told her to come back to receive a pass, and then Rory Dames yelling at her to go forward. And now she has the ball at her feet. Goes forward. Good ball into the path of Inca Grings. Tries a half volley. Looked like it may have caught a deflection. Maybe not. It'll go out for a goal kick that's been given. She might have just been run into. Grings, of course, a prolific goal scorer throughout her career. German national. Hasn't scored as many goals as she probably would have liked so far this season for Chicago, but of course her presence up top is one that Chicago sorely needed. Red Stars struggling to find goals early in the season as McCarty drags down Dominguez, the Mexican national, and it will be a free kick for Chicago. Sonia Foose will come up to take this one, I presume. Be about 35 yards from Washington's net on the near sideline. For Sonia Foose, Red Stars gather towards the back post. Foose swings this one in. Easy for Harris. Chose to punch instead of catch. Not totally clear. Running it down is Dominguez. She'll send in a cross over the top. Over the top. Hit the football goal post. The yellow goal post behind the goal. Harris back in play. Toulouse, nice header. Polars for Oaks. Steph Oaks, stop and go move. Try to cut it back, has done so. Good help defensively by Leslie Osborne as Oaks stays down. Meanwhile, it's back on the counterattack. Good looking ball there. Back to Dominguez and now to Inca Grings. Punches it back for Dominguez, who's been flagged off sides. Although, from up here, certainly didn't look like she was. Looked like she was onside there. Maybe a break there for Washington as Dominguez was in again. As it stands, 40th minute. Still no score between these two teams. Foose gives chase. Kolupny. Plenty of time for Presley. Roberts. Now Leone comes to apply the pressure all the way back to Huster. Washington throw on the near side. Oaks. Not much there for. Back to Santa Catarina. McCarty again. Handball there. Will be a Washington Spirit free kick. Dominguez, the guilty party. Santa Catarina giving chase. Punches it forward. Kolupny flicks the header on. Dominguez to no one. I think that's a point in time where Chicago probably needs to work on getting some control there. So you can just keep flicking it forward. Inca Grings checking back to that. Miscommunication between Grings and Dominguez. Just not clicking on all cylinders yet at Chicago. Certainly some positives from this first half thus far. Be lamenting not getting a goal and a couple of big opportunities they've had to do so in this first half. Miscommunication there is given it away to Dominguez. Dominguez looks, pressured by McCarty, couldn't get it away. Quan, a quick cross. Dealt with messily to the top of the box, headed clear by Roberts. Osborne back in, Kolupny laid it off. Sitch tried a little half volley, tries it again. Easy for Harris. Made it look a little more difficult. Fully stretched at the end. Harris back in play. Toulouse. Presley. Play on, says the referee. It's Kolupny now. Turns away from King. Osborne wide for Winino. Winino. Presley there. Sitch. Tried to get it down for Dominguez, but all the way back to Harris. Chicago, 3 good chances off some really bad giveaways and some miscommunication at the back line for Washington, but nothing to show for it. Maribel Dominguez, wide open as Leon. Look for an early ball to Rachel Kwan. Kwan's going to get to this. Can she get the service right? Puts on her right foot. No one making a run for Chicago. Kolupny got her shot blocked. Not all the way clear for Dominguez! Saved by Harris. Rebound is covered. Great save by Harris. And then alertly grabbed the rebound. So you look at the replay here. Great ball through to Kwan. Kolupny's shot was blocked. The header not fully clear here. Dominguez, a great half volley. And really, truly a brilliant save by Harris. Now back the other way is the Spirit. That's dealt with out of the back by Chicago. Sitch away. Tremendous save by Harris to keep this game level. Off a fantastic half volley by Dominguez. Just swerving that. Just missed, making this a 1-0 lead for Chicago. Kolupny. Can Chicago build on this momentum now? Kolupny. Full head of steam for her. Has Leon. Just couldn't get on the end of that. Good idea from Kolupny. And a quick whistle here. So at the end of 45 minutes, your score is Chicago Red Stars 0, Washington Spirit 0. Both teams with their chances. Chicago certainly feeling like they could have had at least one, if not more, in a game they desperately need. We'll go to halftime. We encourage those of you who didn't get to see the pregame show. The Ella and Aaron show, episode 10, is out there. We'll be showing it during halftime. Until then, we hope you enjoy that, and we'll be back for the second half. Red Stars 0, Washington Spirit 0. in their all whites, moving right to left. Looking over the field now, do not see any changes from either side, although we did note Ella Masser warming up on the field during halftime, not in the locker room with her team. We do expect to see her at some point this half for the Red Stars. She has been on quite a goal-scoring tear the last few weeks for Chicago, and they are in desperate need of a goal now. Again, not necessarily a must-win for Chicago, but a win in today's match would go a long way to helping Chicago get back into the mix in terms of playoff positioning. Steph Oakes on the far side with Jackie Santa Catarina, who did well, standing in for the injured Taryn Hemmings. Hemmings out, of course, the rest of the season with a torn ACL and MCL. We wish her a safe and speedy recovery. She became quite the stalwart in the back end of the defense for Chicago, next to Sonja Fuss, the German national. McCarty on the far side now with a throw for the Washington Spirit. Oakes through the midfield. Wide. Matheson. Fuss giving chase. Fuss gets there first. Turns it aside. Now plays it forward. Dominguez. Good ball to Kwan. Kwan forward. Inca Grings. Couldn't control that. Was Kolupny. Parsons yelling. Coach Parsons, Spirit coach, yelling from the far side. Very loudly for that call as Huster hit the deck, pleading, asking how many times are they going to take her down before the call is made. He got a satisfactory answer, I trust, as it'll be a free kick for Washington. Forward in the box, easy catch from McLeod. Backline for this Red Stars team has to hold tonight. McLeod forward. Kolupny tried to dump it past Presley. Just didn't quite get it. That's bounced around, though. Harris has to come out and make the play on it, as Leon was there to watch her. First half certainly wasn't uneventful for Harris. She's done well so far in this game. Toulouse. Leon hounds her for Kolupny. Now works against Presley. Presley stuck her foot in. Chicago throw-in on the near side. Winino, quick throw for Kolupny. Kolupny splits a couple defenders, slides it through. Here's Julian Sitch. Sends the cross in. Got blocked. Retreats. Leon. Tried a first-timer, but she mishit it. King. Lindsay. Polar to Toulouse. And back to Presley. Danger averted there for the Spirit again. Winino, good step in. Nice touch. Leon has options in the middle. Likes to go wide for Winino. Her cross is blocked down by Presley, who caught it right in the face, potentially. And they'll stop play for that as Presley is down. Might have knocked the wind out of her. Tough to see exactly where that caught Presley there, but she's up. Going to be all right here. 50 minutes in the book, and the Red Stars now with a corner kick. Good bit of sportsmanship there. Winino Obviously didn't mean to hit her. Now Julian Sitch with a corner kick. Good ball across for Winino in the back post. Santa Catarina was there as well. But it will go for a goal kick. Again, Red Stars fans, you still have a chance to catch the Red Stars in action before the end of the season. Red Stars at home August 3rd against Hope Solo in the Seattle Reign. And then home again in their final home game of the season, August 10th against Sky Blue. So come on out. Love to have you out here. This great facility here at Benedictine University on what has become an absolutely delightful evening for soccer here in Lisle, Illinois. Presley, Polars, King, Lori Lindsay, ton of space, even more space for McCarty, who's wide. Quan closes her down. Dominguez helps out too. McCarty split him for a second, but Sitch came back to provide the coverage. Lindsay keeps that in. Now finally punch clear. Presley all the way back to Ashlyn Harris. Toulouse wins that throw. Oaks heads it forward. Oaks has such a good high work rate. Toulouse is going to be called for that foul there. So I was saying, Oaks, good player up top. Always going to give you everything she has. A lot like Ella Master in that regard as well. Probably haven't gotten the ball at her feet as much as she would like, Steph Oaks. Playing that high forward role for the Spirit. Sonia Foose drives this one in. Harris well off her line. Makes a great catch in traffic. Presley catches the distribution. Roberts. Polars. Presley. Looking for options. Looks long for Polars. Foose was there easily. And Winino has time. Banks it right off the legs of King out of play. Osborne. Couldn't find the feet of Kolupny. Good ball by Presley to find Lindsay. Sitch is going to get there to Dominguez. That's hit forward. Oaks hounded by Santa Catarina, and then Sitch came over to help win that ball for Chicago. And Quan goes all the way back to McLeod. Harris barking instructions off the back line, making sure that her defenders do not let any ball over their heads. Certainly have a size advantage of that back line over a relatively small. And here comes the first substitution. It will be Dominguez yielding to Ella Masser, as expected. Although not necessarily sure it was going to be Dominguez. Dominguez has played well, has looked a threat, of course, had a shot on goal. Was brilliantly kept out of the net by Harris. Masser will be called upon to try to find the go-ahead goal, although it may come down for Kolupny, who missed it wide. Red Stars finding opportunities as Masser bicycled that around. And Kolupny had a half chance there. McLeod off her back line. Plays it forward. Osborne. Settled by King, but Osborne's able to steal it from her. Quan. Forward. Grings in the path of Kolupny. Harris boots it deep. Jackie Santa Catarina won the header, but it's retained by Washington. Lindsay. Polars wide for Toulouse with space. This ball's in a dangerous area, but McLeod is off her line. And that's going to be as Polars knocks down McLeod there. I don't know if that was intentional, but gets the whistle and draws the ire of the head referee. Osborne finally gets possession. Leon got it stuck under her feet. Tries to beat King down the sideline, gets shouldered off. Ball may have been out of play, but they play on. Lindsay. Presley. Toulouse. King. Lindsay. Back to King. King juggling the ball there. Leon came out of there with it. Now has a step. Tried to feed it through to Grings. Got deflected away. Good header by Winino. Osborne. Time for Sitch. Leon, and the overlap is to Winino. First time in from Winino. Looked for Masser. Left it for Quan, who ran into her own player. I think it was Kolupny who undercut her. As two players saw a bouncing ball and a rather appetizing half volley attempt. And a miscommunication caused an errant shot. Red Stars continuing to gain with confidence, continuing to push higher and higher up the field to force turnovers by Washington. Nothing to show for it yet in terms of goals. Leon. Winino banks it off Leon. They play on. Cuts past Toulouse and got fouled there. 40 yards from net. It will be a Chicago Red Stars free kick for Sonia Foos. Leon comes up rubbing her shoulder a little bit. Foos looks back post all the way here. It's a good ball. Harris comes to claim it. And she's done that several times this half. Very aggressive off her line. She's done well. Taking command of her penalty area. Kolupny back to win that one for Chicago. As the game becomes stretched. Oakes gives chase to Kolupny. Kolupny tries to find the ball through to Ella Masser. May have too much run in it though. No signal from anyone yet as to what that was. Finally, it's going to be a throw-in as Masser knocked that in. Forcing a throw. Smart play by her. Deep, deep throw-in for the Spirit here. As we've played an hour here at Benedictine University, and there is still no score. 0-0 Red Stars, Spirit. Red Stars certainly the more threatening side. Ashlyn Harris, big game from her, keeping this level to this point. It's been a story for Chicago all season, especially at home. Where will the goal come from? Osborne. Kolupny. The co-captain Kolupny! Save Harris again! And Toulouse will just touch this away. Kolupny stonewalled yet again by Harris. Winino still in play. That's knocked out of play, and it will be a goal kick. As you saw the replay there of a great drive by Kolupny and another save by Harris. Closer and closer for Chicago, and you can see the high pressure now really unnerving the back line of the Spirit defense and midfield. This is the right back, Winino. The penalty kick looks deep, back and oh goal, yes! It's knocked in, and the breakthrough comes from the spot you least expect it. Deflected in on an own goal after it was headed back across, and the Red Stars have fortunately found themselves in front 1-0. See again the cross by Winino, headed back across by Grings, and then McCarty. The late entry into this match inadvertently tried to knock it forward off of Ashlyn Harris, who could do nothing about it. And now the Red Stars lead. It just seemed like it was a matter of time with the pressure continuing to build. The Red Stars pushing higher and higher up the field. And it will be a substitution now. Julia Roberts takes a seat. Lindsay Taylor will come on now as the Washington Spirit will look for more offensive weapons out there to try to get back in this. But if we go back to that goal, yes, it was an own goal, but Chicago's pressure forced an errant pass to win that throw-in. And Winino, playing right back today for the Red Stars, just standing at parallel to the Spirit top of their penalty box with no defender in sight. Plenty of time to play that cross in. Headed across the mouth of goal by Inka Grings and sloppily dealt with. Rather unfortunate turn of events there from the Spirit, but Chicago's cumulative pressure eventually wearing that defense a little too thin, and the breakthrough happened. As we enter the 64th minute of play, the Red Stars now lead 1-0. It is the goal they desperately needed, and now they must hold on to. Quan for Masser. Santa Catarina forward. Leone is crushed by Presley. No foul from either the head referee or the assistant referee on the near side. They saw a clean play. Toulouse. Polars. Foose banks it off for a Red Stars throw in here on the near side. Be key for the Red Stars not to breathe too big of a sigh of relief. The Spirit gathered as a team after that goal. They are so hungry for a win. They know what this means for their season if they're not able to at least get a point out of this. That looked like a handball down. They play on. Kolupny was trying to dribble through the defense there. Harris picks it up. McCarty in a tough collision with Masser. Sitch around McCarty now. Sends a cross in. Huster deals with it. Matheson. Quan was up to challenge. Quick throw for Lindsay Taylor. And she'll leave it for McCarty. The score is 1-0 here. Red Stars just scored on an own goal. Forward, Polars. Slid in Osborne, knocks it back. Here's Polars. Toulouse down the near sideline. Missing that right back now. Winino got caught upfield. Tried to slide one back across for Oaks. The timing just wasn't right there. And McLeod will finally scoop it up. Winino getting caught up the field. Is getting an earful right now from head coach Rory Dames. Now with the lead, certainly don't want to be caught out of position at this point if you're one of the defensive four for Chicago. Lyon keeps it in. She does. Now she works against Toulouse, who just shreds her down. Didn't seem like a foul there. Toulouse just a good physical play to win the ball there. I think that's a good no call. And that's a good ball forward. Matheson just out of her reach. Santa Catarina, good ball. Kolupny early try. Harris easily scoops that up. The game getting a little stretched here for Chicago now. As McCarty just loses that out of play. Had ample time and space. Other options for Chicago on the bench today. Jen Hoy. She's seen her fair share of time in recent weeks for Chicago. Also, Alyssa Motz. Played lots of minutes for Chicago so far this season. Nice back heel there by Masser. Just too much. Defensive options include Lydia Vandenberg as well. Started the season as an outside back for the Red Stars. Can add some defensive coverage to that tiring back line. So far, it's looked pretty strong. Only a few bad turnovers, but other than that, been rather solid at the back for Chicago. Toulouse trying to escape Lyon. That's become a battle in itself inside this game, those two. Sitch away from King. Receives the back pass from Kolupny, and Sitch goes forward. Just out of the reach of Grings. King turns past Masser, but not past Kolupny. Masser goes into another tough challenge again. Like Taylor may have gotten the worst of that, or McCarty. That's one in the path of Ella Masser now. Ella Masser, I think, got Grings in the middle. Kind of in between a shot and a cross there. And ends up rolling across the 6-yard box and out of play. Lori Lindsay turns on Kolupny. Wide open on the far side. Looked to be Oaks screaming for that one as Huster plays it forward. That was Taylor, wide. Couldn't find Oaks. Red Stars throw here, 70th minute of play. Red Stars have to see this one through for 20 more minutes. McCarty flicks that header back. Huster gives chase. Restarts it with Presley here at center back. Chapman and Krieger, of course, unavailable today for the Spirit. In light of that, it must be said that their defense has played about as well as you could expect today. And really, with the exception of the own goal, still would be 0-0. Also have Ashlyn Harris to thank for a lot of that as well. She's played tremendously, making more than a few key stops for the Spirit to keep them in this game. They still very much are in it. Red Stars not unaccustomed to giving up late goals either. Still plenty of time left in this one. 20 minutes at least to go here. As this free kick swings in. Headed away at the near post by Grings. Kolupny tried to flick it to Masser. King fights with it. Grings again gets the header clear to Huster. We'll restart. McCarty. Good one out of there. And now here comes Ella Masser. Ella Masser lays it off. Here's Kolupny. Tries to feed it back for Inka Grings. She's onside. Grings! Over the top! Another fantastic opportunity for the German national. Could have presented Chicago the 2-0 lead. And you just wonder if those opportunities won't come back to bite Chicago. As Grings looked for the top shelf but just could not find it. Great job by Masser carrying that ball through the middle of the park. Lori Kolupny, another great ball, which you've become accustomed to seeing out of a player of her caliber. That's a ball that you would expect Grings to be able to finish, though. She may rue that one. Leon. Got it caught up underneath of her, now surrounded by a couple of Spirit defenders. Grings plays it back to her. Has an overlap. Winino elects not to play it. Leon lays it into Kolupny. Pushed back by King to Winino. Thought Leon was going to make that run through. Instead, Toulouse collects it just off her inline. Lindsay. Taylor. Oh, it gets through, and this is Matheson. Matheson into the danger area. Sonia Foose turns her away.
You won't want to miss your Chicago Red Stars taking on Hope Solo, Megan Rapinoe in the Seattle Reign on Saturday, August 3rd, right here at Benedictine University. Kickoff at 6 p.m.
So corner kick for Lori Lindsay and the Washington Spirit here in the 74th minute of play. Red Stars lead still only 1-0. Thanks to more than a few missed opportunities and great saves by Ashlyn Harris. A 1-0 victory will be all they require, though, if they can hold on to it. Lindsay. Back post ball, headed clear by the Red Stars. Taylor gives chase. Slips down, though. Will be a Spirit throw. Grings flicks it forward. Leon does the same. Kolupny, can she get to it? Yes, she does. And now it's a 2-on-1 break. Has Grings on her right. Kolupny on the face of goal. Has Masser coming late. Kolupny comes in. Blocked away by Presley. Not clear. Masser couldn't get the power she wanted on that. Osborne. Sitch. Grings to Leon. Winino. Osborne. Left by Kolupny. Sitch retains possession for Chicago. Grings couldn't dribble past Lori Lindsay. And Presley clear. Good bring down by Matheson. Is able to get away from Kolupny. Plays it forward. Looking for the overlap. Santa Catarina came over to win that. Plenty of time here for Sonia Foos. And offsides was Ella Master off that long ball. So 15 minutes stands between Chicago and 3 points here, leading 1-0. So another sub's ready to come on for the Washington Spirit on the far side. Looks like it will be Warbis when she is ready to come on. Osborne. Masser. Kolutny. Tries to find Masser. King back to Presley. Wide for Toulouse. Good slide in there by Winino to win that away. McCarty back inside. Good run, strong run here by Presley. Red Stars defense able to handle it though. Does McLeod and Santa Catarina have a conversation about structure here? Or is it a contact problem? Thought it was a discussion, instead it's a contact issue. And it will be time for the sub. And yes, it will be Teresa Warbis. Holly King will be the one leaving the playing field.
Now entering the game, number 7, Teresa Warbis.
McLeod ready to restart for Chicago. Osborne got her head to it. Toulouse bangs it forward. Polar's giving chase. Foos heads it back. Ended up being easy in the end. Santa Catarina also back in support, shielding off Polars, who was always watching in case that back header was not measured appropriately. Red Stars laying off the accelerator a little bit after that goal. No need to be pushing as high as they were earlier in this game. Defending is of paramount importance at this stage. Don't want to totally back into your shell, though. Still over 10 minutes. Lori Lindsay swings that in. Osborne flicks it over her head. Toulouse keeps it in. Warbis. Steph Oakes. Nice tackle there by Sonia Foos. Loss there, out of play. Will be another Spirit throw. Matheson. Matheson tried to split a couple of defenders. Almost succeeded. Fight on the near side as Winino knocks out of play for another Spirit throw. '80th minute of play. Red Stars 1-0 lead over Washington. Toulouse's throw is headed away. Not totally clear. Presley steps in. Back to Huster. Is it controlled in? Yes, McCarty. Not the ball she wanted. And now Leon. Punch forward. Grings flicks the header. But no one pressing forward for Chicago, so Huster retains possession and restarts to Lori Lindsay. The Spirit looking for the equalizer now. Knocked away. Sitch. Shields. Shirt grab. She plays on. Streaking on the far side, Sitch shielded off and now back to Harris. Toulouse restarts across midfield. McCarty keeps it in. Still has it. Lindsay looked for Taylor, didn't see Rachel Kwan standing there to intercept that pass. Grings past Schuster. Looks for options, has Adriana Leon. Leon's ball, looks for the back post, chested down one time, just wide. Green still looking to find the back of the net here. She tried the half volley, just went wide.
Now leading the game, please show your appreciation for number 21, Inca Green.
So another substitute on for the Chicago Red Stars.
Number 4, Alyssa Moss.
It is Alyssa Motts coming on, add some speed. Inca Grings taking a seat. That contribution on that last errant shot will be her last. Grings playing well today. Probably feels like she might have had a chance to score at least once, if not a few times today. Instead, it's Motts. Settle into more of a midfield role as Ella Masser will push to the high striker. Motts will also provide plenty of pace in a left midfield role. Huster forward. Foose away. Lindsay. Santa Catarina. Brought down well there. Osborne gave it away. This is through. Kwan knocks it back. McLeod keeps it in, but only to save the corner. Instead, it'll be a throw. Long throw into the box. Flick header will be caught by McLeod. Passing over and into the 84th minute of play. Red Stars clinging to this 1-0 lead. Possession not easy to come by for the Red Stars in the last 10 minutes, and that's going to be a foul against Winino. Forward in the box. Jackie Santa Catarina heads it clear. Motts is there. Clears it further. Warbist. Presley wide for Toulouse. Plenty of space here for Huster. Tries a drive over the top. Aaron McLeod to put this ball back in play. Red Stars in a position to get these much-needed 3 points to keep moving towards a chance at a playoff bid. Toulouse. Now here comes Chicago high pressure. Huster avoids Motts. Turn back in the central part of the field for Lori Lindsay. And that is actually 24, Jasmine Spencer, I believe, now on the field. So that earlier looked like a 14, 24, Jasmine Spencer. Huster restarts. Sitch takes it away. Good ball. Masser now. Osborne back to Quan. Santa Catarina gives chase. Elects to go forward with it instead of back to McLeod. Two Spirit players are bearing down on her. Presley heads it forward. Motts. Wide, Ella Masser. Has Leon on the back post. Masser will waste time in the corner. And then eventually loses it. That ball's given away rather easily, though. Wide, Winino. Good steal here by Spencer. Jasmine Spencer with pace. Being dragged down by Julian Sitch. And will that elicit a card? It looks like it will. Or, yep, it will. Pulled her down. Good professional foul there by Julian Sitch, but she will get the yellow card. Good run there by Jasmine Spencer, number 24. Who's come over onto this left side. Now, Lori Lindsay again with a free kick. Shorter, headed away. Huster, wide, that's left for Lori Lindsay. Has another chance to serve one in. Faked, got Foose up in the air, came all the way across. Two Spirit players had a chance at it. No one was able to get a shot on net. Huster again forward. Flicked in. This one will go to McLeod. 88th minute. Red Stars still clinging, 1-0. The needed 3 points within their grasp here. Spencer has options. Almost found the through ball. Sonia Foose. Osborne. Sitch to Osborne. Forward, looking for Ella Masser into the corner. Will she go to goal or waste time? She knows they just need the point. They play possession smartly. Leon didn't keep it for long, though. Lost it right there. Now Spencer has it. Will be a Red Stars throw-in. 89th minute. Masser. Flicked forward by Leon. Spirit move forward. Oaks. Ooh, tough collision there on the far side. They play on. Matheson sends the cross in. McLeod. Good catch. Helps to have a sure-handed goalkeeper in times like these, protecting a 1-0 lead in the 90th minute of play. Have not seen a signal from the assistant referee, fourth official, signaling additional time. Red Stars throw. Winino takes her time. Looks for Ella Masser. Looked like it's off of Toulouse. It will be a Red Stars throw again. It's off a Masser throw for Toulouse. Spencer Warbus over the head of Oaks. Polars to Matheson. Able to control it well. And now plays it through. Offsides here. It's offsides. It will not stand. And the Red Stars fans breathe a huge sigh of relief there. We'll see if we can take another look, but the initial blink of the eye there did appear to be offsides, although it's tough to tell from that angle. Very, very close. Too close for a Red Stars team looking to protect this lead. 2 minutes of additional time will be added on, signaled by the fourth official. We're about 30 seconds into that as McLeod plays the offsides infraction forward. Masser forward, looked for Leon, couldn't find her. Osborne heads it forward again. Leon flicks this down. Ella Messer! Not what she wanted on the half volley. Served away some time, though. Red Stars desperate to hold on to these 3 points. Over the head of Quan. Oakes. She's worked so hard all game. Steph Oakes cuts inside. Pushes off Quan. Back to Warbus. Taylor. Good sliding challenge there. A little bit unlucky that didn't pop out for Alyssa Motz. Taylor. Throw. That hit off of Quan on its way out of play will be another Spirit throw. Red Stars. Battening down the hatches and weathering this final storm from the Spirit. Headed out, but not totally clear. And now finally knocked out of the area by Sitch. And that's going to be it. The Chicago Red Stars hold on to beat the Washington Spirit 1-0 here at Benedictine University. An important 3 points for Chicago, who will now wait and see what happens to the other teams during the rest of this weekend as they continue their quest to try to claw their way to a playoff position. Red Stars play their next 2 games in the Pacific Northwest, looking at July 25th at the Seattle Reign and then at the Portland Thorns on July 28th, which will be 2 huge games for Chicago and their playoff hopes. The goals today came from an own goal that benefited Chicago, but they certainly applied their pressure. Lori Kolupny, Adriana Leon, among others, with lots of opportunities to punch a couple of goals in. Ashlyn Harris played absolutely huge for the Washington Spirit to keep them in this match. In the end, the Red Stars were able to survive, get the 3 points, and now will turn their attention towards next weekend's road trip. Red Stars back home again after that Pacific Northwest stint against the Seattle Reign again on August 3rd. We will be with you again for another Chicago Red Stars webcast that evening. Until then, my name is Ben Solomon. It has been my pleasure to be with you. Have a very pleasant evening.